Doesn't it seem that everything is upside down politically, socially, and financially? It's harder to get ahead and stay ahead. The great divide between the super rich and everyone else keeps getting wider. 1% have consistently mastered the game of wealth accumulation, averaging 1.32 million a year, while the other 99% are averaging 50,000 a year. The top 10% control around 80% of all wealth. Are you prepared to make the right choices to become rich, not poor? Making the right choices between growing rich, not poor, is critical as the middle class disappears. Are you prepared for the worst economic times in world history? This is a time of sobriety, following the facts, with willpower and the action to win the game. Do you have a simple, consistent game plan to get your financial house in order to win? Do you have a clear picture of what's coming? Closing your eyes won't make it go away. Your financial foundation lies on the dollar, and it's toast. Are you ready? It's the beginning of the ripple effects of the crashes leading to the big quake. Have you asked why the leaders haven't warned you to prepare? They're pointing to things that don't fit the picture, seeming to ignore reality. Deep inside, don't you feel it's all wrong? People are acting out of desperation. You sense that there's a reset coming, and what lies ahead is much uglier. Confirming the truth and common sense is the answer. Face the facts. Look at the fundamentals. The reality is where we got to live. We are seeing the exact opposite. It's all a distraction. History tends to repeat itself. Empires die. Greek, French, Portuguese, Spanish, Soviet Union, the Asian empires, the British Empire, all are mere shadows of what they used to be. Take the U.S. The entire world bases its trade on our dollar. Do you realize that our entire way of life is tied to that not changing? This doesn't have to be that time of that change. Our leaders, the press, and the elite should be uniting us. We're all supposedly in the same boat. Why do you see the exact opposite? Complete polarization. The top controls the rule of the game, and the goal is to win the prize. The majority can regain control, but why haven't we caught on to the game yet? Well, unlike any other time in history, wealth is mobile at the top. It's been a great party, but the top has no plans to clean up except for your wealth. China's a new game. It's a hotter one. Doesn't it seem odd that they're acting like you're the hero while you're ending up with empty pockets? Like the saying, the rich man's busy dancing while the poor man pays the band. Yesterday, you weren't poorer than you are today. The USDebtClock.org as of September 1st showed that the total debt to GDP was over 153%, the largest deficit in U.S. history, more than all of the years combined. Debt, liabilities, and derivatives of over $995 trillion. The current interest on the debt, $4.15 trillion, while the federal revenue is about $2.7. So again, we're printing money to pay interest. Are you ready for China to replace the dollar, cutting our standard of living overnight? We're seeing what a few years ago would have been conspiracy theories, not anymore. The Fed has lowered rates to almost zero, pumping money like mad. Over 4 million homes are in forbearance, and half of them were due here in September. 1/5 of renters are behind in rent. 1.2 million are unemployed. 4.9 million furloughed. 6.6 million have dropped out, leaving 21 million unemployed. And this is not one side, this has been decades in the making. Don't panic or try to invest in the next shiny object that's supposed to solve all your problems. What's happening is based on practical, fundamental, and mathematical principles. Don't the facts fit the picture more neatly than what we're hearing everywhere else from everybody else? A majority live like it's just going to all come together. Isn't it your experience, though, that most people work hard all their lives and keep struggling against the odds. The reality is that we are competing for limited resources. Most people lose, which leaves more to others to be able to win, making them richer. If you could see how it's all happening, don't you think you would give you an advantage to either stop it from happening or to get ahead? I cover in detail the 3 choices that'll make you rich or poor, the 12 areas where you will lose wealth, well-documented facts that are undisputed, and you can research, you can Google and find out the research behind it. I give you the facts so you can use those 3 choices to make the right one so you do not become poor and you're able to become rich. There's no gimmicks. There's nothing to buy. There's no cost involved. As soon as you finish the videos, you'll have the tools to be able to act and change your situation for the better. My program, The 3 Choices That'll Make You Rich or Poor, is free information, but most don't act. Is that going to be you? The rich don't just work harder, but smarter, because they act decisively on what will get them there. The golden question is, are you willing to make the choices that would make you rich or poor and then act on them? I've been helping people just like you since 1993 make these choices. But the fundamentals of financial survival have never been so adverse. We have a brief window to make changes. Are you going to be a winner or a victim? This has been video 1 of 3 videos in the series, The 3 Choices That'll Make You Rich or Poor. The next video, video number 2, is how it works. It details everything that's needed to act, all the facts, and getting your house in order so that you can win. There's no cost or anything to buy. Video 3 in the series is God's plan. So you can see how the Creator has a plan for you. Consider liking this video, sending it to friends or family so we can continue to help others. My contact information is here as well, but I encourage you to watch the next video first so you can see video number 2, how it works. And God bless in whatever lies ahead and how it affects the rest of your life.